and online, WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and blustery good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be, and that you're working inside. Or at least you got a little heat around someplace, because, boy, it is just downright miserable out there. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent. John, I just had to go out to the pickup and grab a couple of things out here just before the show, and my teeth are still rattling.
Yeah, I just got in. I pulled out the winter coat today.
Wow, this is something else. And somebody could turn the heat up in here if they don't mind.
Well,
really.
Yeah, with that big window there, it gets a little chilly sometimes.
Woo! We got that northwest wind. We got all west wind. Boy, it is really blowing out there. What's our current conditions?
Well, right now we've got a wind out of the west at 15 miles per hour, gusts up to 30. Out at the airport, they've got light rain, 38 degrees, downtown Midland, 40 degrees, and here at Radio Center, they're calling it a drizzle, but I think we're closer to a light rain with 39 degrees.
Yeah, you're talking some light rain. You're talking some heavier rain. Looking at Michigan's thumb in particular, a number of the reporting stations there telling us that they have at least a half inch in the gauge, if not more. The back 40 in Richville, just before I left, that was dark this morning when I left. It looked to me like it was about a half inch in there. And that's just over the last 24 hours. Caro picked up 2/3 of an inch. Cass City close to 9/10 of an inch. Those are the official reporting stations. Bad Axe about 6/10 of an inch. Fillion in Huron County, about halfway up Huron County, close to 2/3 of an inch as well. Those seem to be the heaviest amount of rain around these parts anyway. Down in the Detroit area, 1/10, maybe 2/10, 3/10 if you stretch it out just a little bit. Again, all of this within the last 24 hours. The further north you get, the more precipitation you get, the more frozen precipitation you get. And we started off the morning at a number of locations in that low 30-degree range. Alpena 33, Houghton Lake 34, Gaylord 34, 32. Also at another reporting station in Gaylord, Gladwin 34, Mayo 32, West Branch 33. A little bit closer to your home, Standish was 38, and they were reporting just under 4/10 of an inch of rain there.
Yeah, it's been pretty steady up there.
Yeah, and over the last couple of days, we're starting to accumulate here, get into a little bit on the top end of the range of what we really want. It does appear as though there is going to be some tapering going on as far as the precipitation goes. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until tomorrow morning as we go through the day today. Mostly cloudy skies, shower activity. It's going to feel a lot more rain than what it really is because that rain is going to be wind blown. As Jonathan said, we're looking at wind gusts of over 30, and it'll be upwards of 35, almost 40 as we go into the afternoon, coming out of the northwest. Decreased tonight as far as wind speed, but still northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. 38 is going to be our low tonight. Maybe, just maybe, with a little bit of luck, we'll hit 44. I'll take it. Take anything warmer than what it is right now. 42 is going to be our high tomorrow, so a little bit cooler. Clouds, scattered shower activity around. The wind is still going to be blowing upwards of 25, 30 miles per hour tomorrow, but it's going to become a little bit more westerly. And then tomorrow night, southwesterly. 35, though, is going to be our low tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, 50 degrees will be our high. Some spotty showers around, but more in the way of clouds. West wind gusting to 25 miles per hour on Thursday. Partly cloudy skies Thursday night, 34. Then on Friday, partly cloudy, 60. There we go. And remember I said 70 degrees for Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm sticking to it.
I'll let you.
Saturday, we're going to be looking at 66 for a high with sunshine, 45 for a low. Then on Sunday, 70 degrees with sun, low 50s for a low on Sunday night. Now, the work week next week is going to change a little bit. Above average on the temperatures, slightly above average on the moisture for the period of the 23rd through the 27th, and then we'll extend it even further to run us through Halloween. Above average on the temperatures, slightly above normal on the moisture. Record high on this date, 83. I almost choked up on that. Set in 1908. So well over 100 years ago. Record low, 20, set in 1948. A year ago, 65 was our high, 40 was our low. No precipitation to talk about. And, on this date, back in, let me see here. I've got to take a look. It looks like it's about 1993. We had half inch of snow.
Wow.
On this date. So a little bit on the breezy side, a little bit on the chilly side. A lot of water's gone under the bridge since 1993, but still, here we are, right back at it. Global warming, sit back for the day, okay? More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Incidentally, sun will set this evening at 6:48 for those of you that are interested in that. 7:55 tomorrow morning is sunrise. We'll touch base with Rick Hollister in a moment from the Andersons. Who else we got coming up?
Well, we'll be talking to Doug Klein as per usual, and we're hoping to get Craig Voorhees on the line as well. So.
All right.
But first, we want to remind you that our weather report brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Ever wonder how Farm All got its name? Well, probably because it can do so many things on the farm. Baling, cutting hay, feeding, hauling, loading, pulling, raking, cleaning barn, fixing and mixing feed, fertilizing, mowing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, furrowing, and a whole lot more. The Case IH Farm All tractors from 35 to 140 horsepower are available right now at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. They know that getting the job done starts with choosing the right Farm All. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH compact Farm All series tractors, so you're going to find the right fit for your operation. From the Value Pack Compact Farm All A series to the Deluxe Compact Farm All C and C series with cabs. So let's make it real simple. This tractor does it all, so no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farm All. Learn more by stopping by and seeing Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth doing it right longer. We say good morning to Rick Hollister. Rick, good morning.
Good morning, Terry. Jonathan, how are you guys doing?
Hey, real good. You got your sweater on?
Yeah, break out the winter coat like Jonathan said today. Yep, better have an extra layer, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully that extra layer doesn't mean that the markets are a little chilly.
Markets are quite cool. Yeah, mostly reds across the board here. Corn down 5 to 6. Soybeans are down 18, 19 cents at the moment. Wheat down 15 or 16. So soybean oil is the only green light on the ag markets at the moment. Soybean oil is higher today, not by a lot, but soybean meal is quite dramatically lower too. So kind of a risk-off day, and the market's looking for some kind of a positive news to latch onto here. Not finding a whole lot today. We're looking at Mississippi River water levels at record lows in a couple of spots. Terry closed in a couple of spots for dredging. Really expensive to send grain down the Mississippi River to get to the Gulf. So the market's trying to find alternative ways to get down there, trying to figure out how much demand is there really at the Gulf. And that's compared to last year and year before. we're disappointed at how much demand there is. We have some sold, but the new sales here, other than a few soybean sales last week to China, it's been pretty quiet. So, and harvest progressing about like normal. We're a little over half on the beans, 63%, and just shy of half on the corn. So, decent progress there across the whole Midwest. Nothing to get the markets excited one way or another. And so then you look around the world. India's talking about selling wheat internally out of their reserves, so they're comfortable with the wheat stocks they have and trying to keep a lid on inflation. Ukraine, actually, first half October, Ukrainian exports of feed grains is only a percentage or two behind what they did a year ago, pre-war export levels. So they've really gotten busy shipping feed grains over there. So that kind of takes the wind out of the wheat market sale there too on the upside. As we're glad Ukraine can obviously can move that stuff out, but it doesn't help prices at the moment. And Brazil's off to a fairly good start on soybean plantings. Some areas not so good, but they've had actually excess of moisture in some areas, which is good for their crop longer term. They're around 24% planted on their crop of soybeans this year, and just expecting big acreage and expecting good things out of their crop with potentially a 20% increase over last year. So nothing to get the markets to help the markets trade higher today over there either.
So on the board, what do you got?
Yeah, at the moment, old crop corn at Hemlock is 624. For January delivery, 650. New crop next fall, Terry, at 563. Soybeans for this fall, $13.12. January at $13.35. Next fall, 23 new crop at $12.79. Old crop red wheat at $7.63. Old crop white at $7.73. New crop red at $8.13. New crop white at $8.68.
You have a great day and stay warm.
All right. You as well. Bundle up.
Take care, Rick. Rick Hollister over at the Andersons. Well, over to Doug Klein we go right now. The market report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. All you got to do is dial up the number 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. And by Kryzak's House Family Restaurant. You got to supply the food for an event coming up, short-term, long-term, whenever. All you got to do is call them, 989-894-5531, and Kryzak's will get the food together for you, whatever you want. You stop by, pick it up, and take it to your event, and people will want you to do it again and again and again and again and again, because Kryzak's House is a great place with great food. Great place to dine in, too, as well. Kryzak's House, corner of Cass and Michigan, on Bay City's south side. Doug Klein, what do you think?
Well, there's a few things going on, but there's a bit of red on the commodities. Crude oil, energies all down anywhere from 2 to 3 to almost 4%. So that's a good thing. Putin seized Exxon's assets in Russia, just about $4 billion worth. It's not a huge big deal to Exxon because they're a $410 billion company. So they had already written it off their balance sheet because they figured he was going to take that. But I read a story about the Nord Stream. There's 165 feet of that pipeline completely gone. And so that's not exactly something that they can just take an extra inner tube down there and patch it. So it's going to take a little while to get that thing going on.
How deep is that thing?
Yeah, I don't even know, but it's not shallow water.
No.
It's got to be 200, 300, 400 feet deep or more. So, yeah, it's a job for the big guys to take care of. But, the market's rallied a couple days. The stock market here has rallied a couple days. Almost got a rally going today. We'll see what happens by the end. But I looked at the charts, and we kind of sort of need about 6% on the S&P before the bears start getting a little bit nervous. So that's kind of, cross your fingers. Hopefully we'll see that sometime before maybe the end of the year. But crude oil is kind of on a breakdown. So, it's sitting there at 82 and change. And, basically it's broken down daily, weekly, and monthly on the chart. And if you get a follow through, you could see another $22 on crude oil on the downside. So that would be kind of interesting to see how Biden justifies, his Fed raising interest rates on us when crude's on the breakdown path. So that'll be interesting. Who knows? Amazon said they're not going to have a union. So that's also interesting. I know they got bigger problems than just their labor, but, they kind of thought that might go through. And by the way, Russia is using the drones in the Ukraine. Kind of same thing that Hitler did, before he lost World War II. So that's encouraging, I think. Maybe this garbage in that neck of the woods is going to be over soon.
Maybe history repeat itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. God. Anyway, so here's your numbers. The December corn, 678.5, down a nickel. The September of 23 corn, 632, down 6 cents. November soybeans, 1365 3/4, down 19.5. The March soybeans, 1382 1/4, down 17 3/4. And November of 23 soybeans, 1337.5, down 11.5. December wheat, 845 3/4, down 15 1/4. July of 23 wheat, 870.5, down 13. Crude oil's 82.18, down $3.28. Heating oil is 361.43, down 7.5 cents. Gasoline is $2.50.80, down 8.5 cents. Justifies about $3.15 at the pump. And I went out and I looked at the next 3.5 years of futures contract. There's no bump up in prices all the way out to 2026, and they're looking at like $1.88 a gallon on the wholesale side of gasoline out there. So, barring any catastrophes, which we seem to have plenty of, maybe there's blue skies ahead. Maybe. Natural gas is $6.52. That's down 19.5 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys 137.90 at the border. That's up 81 ticks. The dollar buys you 149.23 yen. That's up 20 ticks. The euro's at 98.35, down 3 ticks. The dollar's at 112.33, up 30 ticks. Gold's at $16.51.50, down $12.50. Silver's at $18.50.5, down 21.5 cents. And platinum is at $9.24, unchanged.
All right. Have a good one, Doug.
You too.
We'll talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. I think we got a couple of folks on the line. Who's coming up next, John?
We're going to be talking with Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping Garden Center in Essexville coming up next.
Yeah, let's take a break and then talk to Jerry.
Soil prep for next year begins as soon as the harvest is over. Don't miss out on nutrients you can return to your soil. Applying a Dairy Dew compost blend accelerates the conversion of crop stubble into next year's plant food. That remaining plant material is full of nutrients you want to return to the soil. Dairy Dew blends from Morgan Composting, like K2, Gypsum Plus, and Layer Ash blend with gypsum, helps with decomposition, releasing those nutrients for next year's crops while also adding good biology and other missing nutrients to your soil. Like a lot of things right now, supplies are limited, so contact Morgan Composting to place your order for fall and lock in your price now. Crops don't wait. The seasons don't wait. You shouldn't wait. Address soil health now for better yields next year. Not sure which is the best Dairy Dew compost blend for your fields? Contact a soil health expert at Morgan Composting for a consultation and soil testing. Call today or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Looking for a career where every day is different? Got a knack for working on farm equipment? We're looking to grow our team. Hudson Inc., your local John Deere dealer, is responsible for keeping farmers of America running. Honest, dependable, and self-reliant mechanical technicians is who we are looking for. Hudson provides continuing education, tool allowances, and benefits. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Hudson team, go online and search Hudson Inc. Careers for more information.
Along with us, Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. John, you think he's got any tips on how to keep warm while you're burning the weeds out there?
Well, if he's talking about recent weather, I think he might be talking about snow shoveling, getting there. Jerry, good morning.
Well, good morning. And my tips for warmer weather are be patient. We should have some this weekend. And after that, we might have to wait till April or May. But changing the weather is an awful tough thing to do. We just, like sailing, we just adjust our sails to the winds that we have. We make the best out of it every day. So outside now, when we start getting these leaves, let's just mulch them up, guys. I still see so many people bagging. The cost of the bags, the energy involved in all of that, and carting them, just chew them up, leave them in the lawn. We're putting things to bed, talking about getting rid of our perennial tops that we have to and our ornamental grasses. One of the things I see a lot of, Terry, when people are cutting ornamental grasses, they're leaving them up about 6-8 inches a foot. Take them down as close to the ground as you can. Get them right down close. They'll appreciate that next year. Now, people say, well, we should leave them up all winter long because we have winter interest. And you can. Some grasses break apart and they're a mess all winter long. Others aren't. So just kind of pay attention, and you can cut them down anytime they're dormant. It's a good thing.
All right. Take care, Jerry. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Craig Voorhees coming up next.
Ellen's Equipment, your authorized Doosan dealer, is stocked and ready to serve with Doosan parts, sales, and service. Doosan Heavy Equipment delivers powerful, reliable solutions that'll help you work efficiently and profitably. Stop by one of Ellen's Equipment locations for information about Doosan's world-class service and support, including great low-fare financing options and Doosan Protection Plus extended warranty plans. Ask about current leasing programs available from Ellen's Equipment, the quality you expect with the service you deserve.
Let's talk trailers with Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Morning, Craig.
Hey, good morning, Terry. How's everybody there?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. We're staying dry and staying warm. Let's talk a little bit about trailers and taking care of business with those.
Right, Terry. You know, there's a lot of them coming home from up north looking for winter storage, and there's a few getting pulled out and taken up north for hunting camps. So regardless of which direction you're headed, make sure you're talking with your agent and that make sure your trailer is covered. There's a lot of confusion out there about does the trailer get covered from the vehicle towing it. Very few trailers actually do. They have to be typically a small utility, single axle type trailer, 2-place snowmobile trailer, that kind of thing. Anything that's over like a 2,000 pound GVW should have its own coverage. So make sure you're checking in before you hook up.
Good ideas. Craig, thank you. We'll talk to you again soon, all right?
Will do. Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Well, John, why don't we find out what's going on in New York right now?
Let's do it. We head over to Baird and talk with Steve Anderson. Good morning, Steve.
And good morning, Jonathan, Terry. I've got good news for us today. Got the Dow Jones Industrial Average ahead by 188 points, putting it at 30,372. Volume is 382 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 47 at 10,722. Volume is 431 million shares. Locally, up across the board. Caterpillar, 181.97, up 110. Deere, 367.43, up 484. CMS, 56.03, up 67. Dow, 45.57, up 31. DuPont, 54.38, up 116. Corteva, 60.96, up 60. GM, 34.21, up 64. Trinzio, 19.30, up 35. Walmart, 133.55, up 218. Home Depot, 283.82, up 256. Huntington Banks, 13.99, up 14. And AT&T is ahead by 15 cents at 15.45.
Have a great day, Steve. Thank you.
I will. You do the same, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
It's time to make sure your crops have access to nitrogen when and where they need it. Let Envita, a nitrogen-fixing biological, be the game changer in your operation and take your ROI to the next level. Backed with proven results, with average 8-bushel yield advantage in corn, Envita fills the nitrogen gap and puts more money in your pocket. As the one source for your seed and biological needs, contact Legend Seeds today at 800-678-3346 or visit legendseeds.net to put Legend to work on your acres.
Farm Service brought to you by Pete Costello Painting, specializing in all types of painting and hot rubber bin seal. Farmers as well as businesses know that Pete the Painter repairs and paints barns and roofs. Call 989-413-3934 and schedule your job. Pete paints barns, grain bins, houses, as well as Morton buildings. One call does it all. 989-413-3934. Pete Costello Painting. The calendar filling up fast, so schedule your job now. Remember, Pete does free estimates. I'm noticing right now, John, that the drought monitor is shrinking just a little bit here in Michigan overall. Last time I took a look here, it looks like the short to very short is only about 25% now. And we were upwards of 35, almost 40.
Not too bad.
Nope. Hey, we'll get rid of that drought somehow. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem.